Good evening, everybody. Before we officially begin public safety asked me to remind everyone, in the event of an emergency, there's 2 exits behind you and 1 to my left. With that, we'll get rolling. Is it time? Big night? You guys clean up okay? I even went out and got an official haircut this morning. $20 they charged me for this, but still. I'd like to welcome everybody here. My name's Chris Hannafin. I'm the program director for the PA program here at Seton Hall. 310 PA programs in the United States about. U.S. News and World Report ranks us among the top 20. So that's something we're very proud of. And there are a lot of things that contribute to making an awesome PA program. We have really nice facilities. We have fantastic faculty. But it's really very much the students. We have the best students any place around. So year in and year out, our students have done a great job. I can't tell you how proud of you that we are. You are the public face of our program, along with our graduates. So anybody that has anything great to think about our program, we have basically you to thank for that. Tonight represents the culmination of a great deal of hard work in PA school, getting into PA school. I know all our guests here have seen that. There's been a lot of sacrifice that's gone on. We're so happy that you're able to join us here tonight to celebrate. We know PA school has taken a major toll in our students' availability to participate in your life for the last year and a half. It will stay the same or get worse probably for the next year and a half, and then it'll get a little bit better after that. But we thank you very much for supporting them through their journey. They couldn't do it without you, and it's a great show of support that you're here tonight for them. Each year, we like to begin our white coat ceremony by offering thanks to our Creator and begging for guidance for our students. And our chaplain on the Interprofessional Health Science campus is Father Colin Kay, the Vice President of Mission and Ministry for the university. And it turns out for the first time since 1856, they scheduled the university Christmas party on this Thursday night instead of tomorrow on a Friday night. I think it was Friday the 13th, I don't know, but for 150 some odd years, we're stuck without Father Colin Kay. Not that he's 157 years old, but. So I will have to do the invocation. So just a disclaimer, I'm a big sinner. If you go to confession and I'm in the line in front of you, just leave and come back the next week. You're not going to make it in. I do have on my resume, though, that in 1979 I was the angel Gabriel in the Nativity play over at St. Philomena's in Livingston. So I do have that going for me. So with that said, Heavenly Father, Scripture teaches compassion toward the sick and frail, and we therefore realize that medical ministry is pleasing in your sight. Further, we earnestly believe that it is you who have chosen us for this ministry of healing. We come now to your presence to seek your grace so that we may competently conduct ourselves in this ministry and our work may be acceptable to you. Lord, you entrust our students with a great responsibility to show love and safeguard the lives of those who come to them seeking assistance. You are the Creator, and nothing is hidden from you. Fill our students with your divine love and wisdom, which alone will enable them to best serve your people. We commit into your gracious hands the medical ministry our students go forth to perform next month. Let your healing hand come upon all who come to them. Grant to them compassionate hearts that would consider their patients' illnesses as their own, and which treats their colleagues and subordinates with respect and kindness. Instill our students with wisdom, guide their hands with skill, and place into their hearts a spirit of humility. Lead them to be swift in your service, and let your presence be with them in all that they do. And we ask for this as we ask for all things in the name of your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit forever and ever. Amen. So speaking of sinners, we're fortunate to have a member of our administration here to grant you a welcome, our dean. It's a great pleasure to welcome up Dr. Vikram Diallo. He is the interim dean of the School of Health and Medical Sciences.
So I got to go and tell my kids and my wife this, that, yeah, I'm a fellow sinner with our department chair. But I just want to take a moment to just live this time. I was just talking to Dr. Hannafin in terms of when have I interacted with this group, and I said, oh my gosh, I was at orientation for you guys. And here we are, 18 months into it, and right at the midway point where you have 18 months more to go. I'm one for taking in the moment and enjoying the time and recognizing that this is a big day in your life. So take the time to recognize how far you've come. What I usually do in situations such as this is think of a word that comes to my mind, and just for safety's sakes, think of another word. So here are two words that have come to my mind at this point. And I've thought about this all day today, saying, what should I say to these folks who are right in the middle of their educational journey? One is choice, and the other one is value. And I go with choice today because you're going to face a lot of scenarios and situations in the next 18 months that you'll be going through your rotations and then into your professional careers. And you always will be in a position where you'll need to make choices. So where does value come into place? Well, value comes in because when you are put in places where you have to make choices, you're going to make those based on the value set that you carry. I need to stay another 10 minutes and finish up the work that I need to. That's a choice that you're going to make. I need to go a little further and make sure that I'm there for the clients that are looking for my services. That's a choice you've got to make. And all of this will come from your value set. So as you're here going through the ceremony, enjoying the time with your fellow colleagues, with your family here, I urge you folks to take the time to recognize what your value sets are. You all know where your value sets are, but I think it's equally important for us to spend the time to understand and recognize what those values are, because come January, there's not going to be a whole lot of time to sit and think. If you thought grad school was hard, these rotations are going to be equally hard and equally challenging, and I think you guys are absolutely, absolutely ready for it. And you're ready for it because you've got an amazing set of faculty, and I just want to give them a big, loud round of applause. And departments and programs don't run if there isn't someone who manages and keeps people on task. So Joanne, thank you. Thank you. And I also want to thank the families for being here, for being supportive, for encouraging our fellow students to stay the path, do the right thing. And with that, I want to wish you all the very best. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and as you work your way through the next 18 months, recognize you're starting to make an impact on people's lives right when you're in graduate school. Not after, but right when you're in graduate school, right? 18 months, think of the number of people that you're going to impact through this process. And that is, I think, where choices come. That is where your value set becomes so much more important. So enjoy your time. Every time you hit a hurdle, pause, think about the impact that you're going to make on these individuals. And then I think you're going to really not see those issues as issues. You're just going to see that as an opportunity. I certainly see that every time I navigate things through, and I hope you do the same as well. So on that, all the very best. Enjoy your time today. Enjoy your time with your families. Enjoy your time with your colleagues. And all the while through, say thank you to these folks, because these are the ones these faculty are the ones who are going to help you through the next 18 months and then after, all right? So all the very best. Thank you for entrusting Seton Hall as the destination for your PA education. Number 20 in the country helps as well. But all the best. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you.
I really like to heap abuse on administration as much as I can, but Dr. D makes it very difficult to do so. Every conversation we have, every meeting is, how can I support the faculty, and how can I help them deliver a better experience to our students? So we have a lot of administrative support, and that's something that's very important to us. I'd like to recognize our team. I don't get a chance really to publicly thank them very much officially out in public like this, so I'm very happy to take that opportunity. I don't want to say our senior member, but our longest serving member of our department, again, is Joanne Cadello. So for many of you, she was probably the first contact you had with the program with an email or a phone call or all of the above. She's been with us over 20 years, and she'll be ready to retire hopefully after another 20. We have with us Dr. Jurga Marshall and Professor Tiffany Fiore. For our loved ones present, these two folks have been responsible for ruining our students' social lives for about the last 4 or 5 months, but they've done a fantastic job coordinating a very difficult capstone course. If you've seen your beloved students suffering through stuff over the course of the fall semester, it's kind of a crash course in all of medicine, believe it or not, and it's very intense. It's almost all day, every day. It's grueling. It's tough on the instructors to coordinate. It's tough on the students to get through, so I thank them for coordinating that. Our clinical education team is here, so it's Professors Amy Gotosh, Kimberly Ann Miller, Dan Walsh, Dr. Vanessa Rodriguez. So they oversee our clinical rotation scheduling. They'll be responsible for ruining our students' social lives for the next 18 months. And they're always looking for new connections, so if you know a hospital, a doc's office that's willing to have students, catch them tonight. They would love to hear from you. As part of our first-year clinical instruction team, we have Doctors Abby Saunders and Michelle McWeeny. And during the first year of the program, they're part of the team that's kind of tasked with teaching our students the history-taking and physical exam skills. Our students have top-notch skills, better than anybody else in the state of New Jersey. It's thanks in large part to them, but if you had your eyes burned out with an eye scope and your eardrum poked with an ear scope and were poked in the belly last year, you have those folks to thank. And the final member of that drill instructor team is Dr. Christine Fernandez. And she's our emergency physician extraordinaire who serves as our medical director, and she would like to share a few words with you.
Hello. As those who work in emergency medicine, I will be concise. The White Coat Ceremony is an exciting time in our clinical education experience. I surely remember my coat day decades ago, feeling so proud and excited. I'm honored to be a part of the Seton Hall PA program and to contribute to your education. I have seen your growth from the first week of ICM, awkwardly learning how to handle an otoscope, to adeptly performing a focused history and physical exam, delivering a concise patient presentation, which will serve you well in the clinical setting. As students, you may feel insecure and unsure of your capabilities. I hope to assure you that you are ready for the next steps of learning in the clinical arena. For day one, I have a few words of advice. 1, arrive early and ready to work with your stethoscope, pen light, pen, and paper in hand. 2, when seeing your patients, always wash in and wash out. This will help protect your patients, yourself, and your loved ones at home. 3, remember to often ask yourself, what additional diagnoses should I consider? This will help drive a more efficient history and physical exam. 4, before you present your patient to your preceptor, commit to a differential and plan. Doing so will help you build your confidence and become a better clinician. Lastly, number 5, wellness. Adopt or continue to practice healthy ways to decompress, especially on the more challenging days. Consider doing a few minutes of yoga, exercising, or journaling, for example. Doing this, even occasionally, can be beneficial to your mindset and outlook on life overall. That's it for me. I look forward to seeing you all in the future and saying hi to you again at graduation. Congrats.
So this is the point where I'm supposed to give a big speech, and the faculty said no. And I was like, I'm looking through our organization book, and it says, yeah, this is the place I'm supposed to give a speech here. And they said, Chris, we're starting late. The students have dinner reservations this year. But the thing is, I have to make up the slides, so I can pretty much go mad with power and do whatever I want. But instead of 90 minutes, I'll try and take 5, and our dean actually stole some of my thunder. When you decided this was the career for you, you probably had a vision for what life was going to look like after you graduate. So in 18 months, you're going to graduate, you're going to take the board exam and pass that, you're going to apply for licensure, you'll settle into your first job, and you're going to do some really fantastic stuff. You'll be doing some cool stuff. Next month, when you get to the hospital, unfortunately, you might be like, first day, holy cow, I feel as dumb as a post. What am I doing here? I have no idea what's going on. And you might find yourself kind of asking yourself, well, what do I really have to offer my patients? Thich Nhat Hanh was a monk. If you haven't read any of his stuff, it's not for lack of effort. He wrote a ton of books about Buddhist philosophy and worldview. He's on motivational posters, bookmarks all over the internet. And one of the key messages he really tried to get across was, you have to live in the now. Today is what's important. You can't do anything about the past. The future, worry about the future when it's now, but what can you really do right now? So like Dr. D was saying, instead of thinking about these great things that you're going to have to offer a patient after graduation, think about what are the great things that you have to offer them starting next month. And even if you know not one iota of medicine, which is clearly not the case because you survived 3 Marshall classes in a row over the course of 3 semesters, you know your stuff. But even if you knew nothing about medicine, you have this to offer. So, let this be your starting point if you don't know what else to do. Medicine's 1,000 years old, maybe. I mean, that's kind of the point where we decided people got sick due to natural causes instead of some angry God flinging lightning bolts and curses and stuff at us. If you look at that 1,000 years, probably about the first 850 of it, we really couldn't do anything for anybody. We were doing leeches and bloodletting and drilling holes in people's skull and stuff like that. If you got better, it was probably more dumb luck than anything anybody was doing to you. And through all of these wacky, painful, dopey things medical practitioners were doing to people, people still held medical practitioners in very high regard. And why was that? I think it was really because of this, because medicine always had people who really cared. And sometimes people need something else or something in addition to some fancy diagnosis that you might not know how to do yet or some fancy procedure, some fancy treatment you can prescribe. In today's world, there's a lot of really sad, lonely, broken people out there, and what they need more than anything else is really just a human touch, another human being. Most of us are really privileged to be in this room because we were brought up in an environment that had a lot of love and support. And the testament to that are the folks sitting in the back of the room here for you tonight. And really many of the people you'll start coming across starting January 6th? January 6th, many of them will not have been so lucky. So, what do you have to offer them when you can't remember your dermatomes and you can't remember the Krebs cycle and you can't remember the loop of Henry and Marshall's all mad at you? You have this. So the most important difference you can make in people's lives doesn't necessarily have to wait until May of next year. It's something that you can make somebody's day a little bit better starting next month. So keep that in the back of mind. Don't forget it. And I'm going to cede my other 83 minutes because Joanne's given me kind of the cut symbol here. But again, we are very proud of you. You've done tremendous work to get to this point. We know you're the best predictor for how you're going to do in the rest of PA school is how you've done to this point. If you've been successful here, don't be nervous. Go out there, do great things, and make us proud. Congratulations. So enough talk. Let's get to some white coding. Will the faculty join me up here? What we're going to do is we're going to invite students up in small groups. I would beg family members to come down and approach the stage and take whatever photographs you want. We are not in a hurry here. We'll spread out across the stage as we coat people, so please feel free to stamp your feet, shout, "That's my baby," and anything else that the Spirit moves you to do. After your coat is placed on, I'm going to ask our students to remain up on stage because you'll be reciting the PA oath as a group at the conclusion of everyone being coated. And what we're going to do is call you up in alphabetical order, but because the people at the end of the alphabet always get the short end of the stick, we're going to go in reverse alphabetical order.
Not really.
Sort of. So I'm going to ask to join us up here Alexa, Miriam, Jessica, Stephanie, Tamara, and Brennan.
Okay, you guys can come on up. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
I also have to say they cleaned up really well. They don't look like this in class.
When you're ready, we'll do that. Tell me when. Congratulations. Yep. The next group is Angelica Sammy, Samantha Senator, Audrey Simon, Anya Soltis, Mackenzie Steffen, and Darren Steins. Congratulations.
Closer. Congratulations. All right, for our next group, Shiv Patel, Gabriella Paz, Julia Pinella, Rachel Phillip, Anya Rabinowitz, and Catherine Rebel. Once they're coded. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Our next group, Blythe Malandrino,
Whoop, what happened there?
Samantha Maljohn, Paige Mers, Ronnie Modi, Lauren Moskal, Hope Narozniak, Saruthika Nimalan.
It's some paparazzi. Congratulations. All right, our next group, Maha Khan, Michaela Kohler, Joseph Kreinberg, Kelly Cruz, Emily Lenzetti, Kelsey Lowen, and Arazia Logus. No one saw. Congratulations.
Our next group, Kelsey Honer, Madison Holloway, Leah Ayakabo, Helen Ibrahim, Michelle Inga, Sneha Kalathil, Asiya Khan.
This one's mine. Congratulations. All right, our next group, Isabella Espana, Faith Fisher, Cameron Freeland, Diana Lise Garcia, Sarah George, Erica Javera, and Gregory Guerrero. Congratulations.
Our next group, Ariana Brown, Kelly Carroll, Nicole Dable, Taylor DiMartino, Abigail Dixon, and Alana Dolce Mascolo.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's definitely Taylor's mother.
Yep.
Oh my God. Exactly. And I see Kelly Carroll's sisters. Wow, they look exactly alike.
Yep.
That's wild.
All right, and last but not least at all, Bianca Abantau, Suzanne Bader, Brianna Belugas, Ella Bergman, Patricia Blazon, Ariana Brown, and Margaret Carlson. One of her kids. Congratulations.
I think it's too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They're so excited. I'd love to see what everybody says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
How do we end these up?
tip like say. How do we Do you want me to advance the slide?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask our students to please get centered on the stage as best you can. Get centered up. And I'm going to ask Professor Marshall and Professor Fiore, have these guys met all requirements to begin clinical rotations next month? Thumbs up. I'm going to ask Professor, we didn't pay enough for, we have to put another quarter in the microphone. I'm going to ask Professor Dan Walsh to lead the recitation of the PA oath.
All right, here's your time to shine. They don't want to hear me say this. So everybody ready? Loud and clear, here we go. I pledge to perform.
I will
That concludes all of our official business for the evening, but students, before you depart, faculty have put together a little packet here on the stage to help you out on your first day of rotation. But please hang out and take pictures. This is good paparazzi opportunity. Otherwise, thank you for all to our guests for attending. The next time we'll all be together will be 18 months from now in May of next year.